Mataro here from Monarch Training. In this video, we're going to cover a whole bunch of different deadlift variations you might see come up in a program from us or anywhere else. We're going to talk about kind of why you might want to use them. Let us know what you think and enjoy. Let's talk about touch and go deadlifts and then dead stop deadlifts. All these are the same exact movement as a deadlift. Touch and go just means you're going to remain under tension, touch the ground, and as soon as you touch, go. That's why it's called touch and go. And then dead stop is you're going to come back down to the ground and then kind of release and then find that tension again, almost as if you're doing a bunch of singles in a row. On a pause deadlift, all that is a regular deadlift. We come off the ground, we break the ground, and then we pause for a second or two or however long it says, and then finish the rep. Now, you can do this to work on that kind of point where you start to lose it. So for some people, once they get right before the knee, they might kind of lose their back a little bit. So this is a great one to do to just accumulate more time under tension in that position. For deficit deadlift, all we're going to do is set ourselves up on a deficit and be standing on a block or a weight or something, probably 2 or 3 inches. And what this one does is allows us to work on getting that leg drive in the bottom of it, the start of the lift. Next up, floating deadlift. This one is set up exactly the same as a deficit deadlift. The first one you do will be a deficit. Then from there, you're just going to come back down to what would have been where the ground is and then come back up. So you're going through the normal range of motion, so no extra, but you're not deloading when you get to the ground. You kind of have to stop it, really control the weight throughout the entire thing. From there, RDLs, Romanian deadlifts, stiff leg deadlifts, you might hear them called a bunch of different stuff. What we do for this is you just hinge at the waist, keeping your back flat and those legs relatively straight, and go down as far as you can. If you don't have that flexibility in your hamstrings to go all the way back down to the ground, just go as far as you can while maintaining a nice flat back. Next up, off the blocks. This one's to work on the top end of the lift. In the same way the deficit worked on the bottom end of the lift, this one really focuses on the finish of the lift. So a lot of people can do more weight on this one because it's a shorter range of motion. But for those who are way better, way stronger in their legs than their back, this is a good variation to work on to help build the back and not allow you to get the momentum from the start, from the power out of your legs off the ground. So some people might find this extra difficult if you're a little bit better in terms of legs than you are back strength. Alright, so these next ones coming up, very important in terms of terminology, the snatch grip versus the snatch deadlift. These two are different variations. So first off, real simple, snatch grip is a regular deadlift with your hands really wide. So you can take the grip you would have in a snatch, but then you just do a normal deadlift. For a snatch deadlift, we're going to set ourselves up as if we're going to do a snatch. So we're hitting all the positions as we would if we were going to snatch it or do a snatch pull or something like that. So I was kind of debating putting this in the deadlift variation versus in the like snatch variations and stuff like that. But when we go to do it, we want to be patient with it. We're not changing the angle of our back until we get to the hang. Then once we get to the hang, we'll keep our knees bent, getting it up to that hip position. So we're not just pulling a really heavy weight. Now the same thing on the clean deadlift is the same as the snatch deadlift, except you're going to do it with your hands in closer as if you're going to clean the weight. So that's it for us here at Monarch Training. We're going to save the sumo deadlift for its own separate video. These were just some of the variations you might see come up, some stuff you might want to try. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah,